Welcome back to the Focused 15 for Faith and Business. I'm your host, Erin Harrigan, in partnership with C-Suite for Christ. And I'm really honored that we are already at episode 5, and we've shared some really integral information for you on building a business with a biblical foundation. So what I thought I'd do here in episode 5 is talk about the importance of hiring a Christian business coach and 5 reasons to hire a Christian business coach. Now, you may have worked with secular business coaches in the past. I know I certainly have. I had an incredible coach from 2018 through 2020, 2021 maybe. And she was not a Christian. And before you poo-poo that idea, the reason that I hired her is because A, I didn't have a big Christian business network at the time. And B, I needed someone who could help me with the systems and the processes to get all of the content that God had given me in my head for teaching about redefining hustle and serving high achieving Christian women in business and get that out into the world. So it served its purpose in the time. But there comes a point in your business when that coaching can shift and you need to have a biblical foundation for that coaching. So I've got 5 reasons for you today to hire a Christian business coach. Now, disclaimer, in case you didn't already know, I am a Christian business coach. I work with high achieving women who have 6-figure and above businesses, and they're seeking to refine or scale their business, but they tend to be chronic overachievers. And therefore, up to this point, they've carried the business of doing everything themselves. Even if they have a team, they're the ones that are leading everything. And while they want to move forward, they want to do it with calm and peace and joy. They want to let the Lord lead them. They're not exactly sure how to do that without white knuckling the process. So I wanted you to know that background in case you didn't already as we go into these 5 reasons. And I may not be the coach for you, and that is totally fine. But I want to give you some food for thought as you start to consider, is it time for me to engage a Christian business coach? So I'm going to be looking at some notes while I go through these for you. Number 1 is that a Christian business coach will share faith and values with you. In other words, providing a common ground that is critical for fostering understanding, empathy, connection, understanding God-given vision to build a mission around that, but also coming to the table with a foundation of biblical principles that are incorporated into their coaching. There's just a different level of conversation that happens when you're working with a Christian business coach as a Christian than when you're working with a secular coach. So those shared values, that shared faith, and the integration of biblical truth is so important for that relationship. The second reason to hire a Christian business coach is that you are in the world, but you are not of the world. Here's the thing, friends, is that God made you ambitious, but he didn't make you to work the world's way. We rebuke the chaos and the frantic energy and the world's definitions of hustle and business and entrepreneur. And that is distinguishing us because the world can be so loud, and the ways of the world and success are ingrained in us because we've been working this way for so long and it's all around us. We live in a fallen world. So a Christian business coach can help you break free from doing business as usual. And it's kind of feels like you're traveling on primitive roads sometimes because you're in those old worldly habits, and you will want an expert tour guide, somebody who knows the terrain, somebody who's walked that path ahead of you so that they can lead you in understanding how to integrate your faith in business so that you're cultivating a Christ-focused and centered approach to business. So that's number 2. Number 3, sometimes we have tunnel vision. You can only see so far in front of you, and you can't see the blind spots around you, which are real. So having a coach that can give you a 30,000-foot view, helping you to see beyond your barriers so that you can walk out God's assignment with him fully and fully utilizing the gifts and talents that he's given you. A Christian business coach also understands beyond your tunnel vision that there needs to be a holistic approach to life and business, because they understand that as a Christian woman, your spiritual well-being, your family life, and your personal values are interconnected to your business success. Very often, when I start working with a client, they come to me at a place where, as I mentioned earlier, they've been carrying the burden of doing it all themselves. And their people around them don't understand when they begin to say things like, I'm going to build this God's way, or I've been praying over this, etc., because that's just not how the world operates. So sometimes you're in your own tunnel vision or your own echo chamber. And part of the struggle that you also have is that you're not in harmony because you've put other things on hold to build this business, or as the world would say, to go build your empire. And we don't subscribe to that, right? So a Christian business coach can give you the 30,000-foot view from a biblical perspective and help you understand how to integrate God, family, business in the right order and in the right way. Number 3 reason for hiring a Christian business coach is objective accountability from a biblical perspective. When you have all the outward evidence of success, but that is warring with your internal faith and priorities, you need a safe, judgment-free, objective space to work through the messiness of business. And that accountability can't come from necessarily your business besties or your business tribe, because they may not understand how to walk out your business with Jesus at the center. And it doesn't often come from your faith community because they may not understand the entrepreneur journey. So accountability from a coach that is objective, judgment-free, and in a safe space, from a coach who has been there, done that, has the t-shirt, won't let you shrink back from God's assignment. In other words, what they enable you to do is to leverage their insight for your foresight with God's insight, so that you are accountable to what the Lord has given you to do. Or, as we've talked about in my 4 keys framework, that you are accountable to allow God to define and direct you. You're accountable to being disciplined and taking action in obedience, and you allow the Holy Spirit to develop you along the way. Number 5, the reason to have a Christian business coach is that you're operating from a very different space than your worldly counterparts. You just are. And it's important to have a coach that can support you with integrity, with a moral compass, with challenges that can arise that go up against your values, so that you're not driven by the world's noise. This Christian business coach will help you understand not only God's assignment for you, but the timing of it, the strategy behind it, and the focus for it. What I like to say is that I give my clients a safe space to integrate their faith and business so that they can experience the true abundance that Jesus has given them. And remember, we're not talking abundance like a prosperity gospel. God is going to show up and show off in your business in multiple ways that can often be unexpected, through connections, through more clients, through income, through lessons, through placing you in a position to be a ripple effect for someone else's blessing. But a Christian business coach gives you a safe space to walk that out. And what do I mean by safe? I mean, they help you with a biblically based, God-honoring strategy for your business. They help you break down all the pieces of your business, put those timelines in place for it. They help you with that objective accountability that we talked about earlier, helping you to stay focused on Christ throughout your work, and even in such a way that they can hold you accountable to the rest that God is calling you to experience when you want to plow forward and get it all done. Believe me, friends, I've been there. I know. The F in safety is focus. You may have heard me say, I intentionally think of focus as focused on Christ until steady. There will be upheaval in your business. And the only way to steady that, the only way to stop the spiral of thoughts, the only way to shut out the noise, to tune out the world, is to tune into God's truth and focus on Christ to steady you. That's where you are anchored, and the right coach will provide that for you. The E in safety is encouragement, the kind of encouragement that doesn't just cheer you on, but holds your feet to the fire. Sometimes I say to my clients, I love you, but I'm going to give you the truth and grace, and we're going to have a candid conversation right now, because I'm encouraging them, but with biblical truth and accountability. This is so key for you in growing your business and growing yourself and growing your relationship with the Lord, and having the right coach to help you break the chains of overachievement, to break free from overwhelm, and to get out of the bondage of doing business as usual is exactly the next step that you may need to grow or refine or scale your business. I hope you found this helpful today as you consider what your next move may be in having the right coach to give you that expert guidance. And most certainly, if that's me, I'd love to chat with you. So you can click below to see how to connect with me. As always, I want you to remember that God made you ambitious, but He did not make you to do business the world's way. And it is only by tuning out the world, tuning into His truth, and turning up your focus that you can walk out your mission in the marketplace and glorify God in doing so. I'll see you on the next episode.